as a mother myself, I'm really curious about the trends that we can be expecting for 2013, especially these man aisles that I've heard some whispers about.
Okay.
So if you could just first tell me about some of the changes that we can expect to see in the grocery store in the new year.
Well, Jessica, 2013 is going to change the grocery store. We've already seen stores getting smaller, but now the focus on how we're eating, who's doing the shopping. We're seeing a dramatic shift down to more small meals, more frozen foods. In fact, more snacking is occurring than ever before. NPD Group has issued their report that showed that over half of us are snacking 2 to 3 times a day, but we're snacking differently than we did just a few years ago.
And in what ways are we snacking differently?
Well, we're snacking for taste and health, not just to grab something to fill us up. So for example, if we take a look at Healthy Choice Greek frozen yogurt, these are 100-calorie cups that are rich in protein, that have great flavor. We're seeing Orville Redenbacher ready-to-eat popcorn that's out there, that's a whole grain, that we're really balancing finally what we should be eating. And also you talk about more men doing the shopping, more men being in the kitchen than ever before. A new report came out that showed that 52% of dads are the ones who are the primary grocery shoppers. And we're seeing more supermarkets put in retail dietitians to help them understand what are those nutrient needs that they need, because each of us, male, female, child, have different nutritional needs, and we've got to be shopping and preparing foods for each of those.
Right. I mean, I'm a dietitian myself, so it's especially makes me happy to know that there, have more dietitians in the supermarkets these days. I'm very curious about these man aisles because, my husband, he doesn't do the grocery shopping. I'm nervous to send him because I'm scared of what he's going to come back with. So what exactly, how are supermarkets gearing things more for the men who are doing the shopping, and how can we encourage men to be the ones to go do the shopping without worrying that they're going to come back with junk?
Well, first of all, you've got to empower your husband. And part of that's going to be sitting down with him and making a shopping list together. Now, it's not just about picking up foods that men think that they're going to like. Obviously, we have those. We've got products like Marie Callender's chocolate satin mini pies. So they're not going to have a big portion, but just a mini portion. But also when we talk about health, and as a registered dietitian, how important heart health is. When we look at omega-3s, when we look at zinc, when we look at potassium, when we look at lycopene, all those nutrients that men need to have in excess of what women or kids need to have. So we need to be looking at those nutritional facts label. We need to be looking at those ingredients very carefully. And supermarkets get that. Supermarkets are starting to empower their dietitians to have shop-alongs, if you would, with men as they go up and down the aisle. We're seeing more innovation in frozen foods than ever before, where we're seeing more frozen meals, having more fresh vegetables being put in them, because the FDA continuously reinforces the fact that there's virtually no difference nutritionally from fresh and frozen. We're seeing more homemade pastas being used in those products.
Yeah, I love that. It makes me so happy when I see more vegetables in the frozen meals. It's great. Another question I had is, with everybody tied to their smartphones, are there specific apps that can help us in the supermarket? Anything new that we should be on the lookout for?
Absolutely, Jessica. First of all, what you want to remember is there's apps that are out there that can give us delish and that can give us money. So Ready, Set, Eat is a perfect example of quick, ready-to-eat meals, and when you pick up a recipe, it'll tell you what products are on sale in the store that you're in. Also, my app, Smarter Shopping, for label reading, for just knowing everything that you need to know about all the products that are out there. But that's just the start, because now we're starting to see iPhone attachments that can be blood glucose monitors for people with diabetes, or sensors that could determine whether or not a product is truly organic, even if it's labeled organic, or if the temperature has dropped on a frozen or a fresh item, refrigerated item, below what it should be. So we're seeing a lot more of that, and that's why I work so closely with ConAgra Foods to not just share these trends with your readers, with your viewers, but also with supermarkets themselves so that they understand what your readers and listeners want every time they walk into a store.
Yeah, it's amazing what technology is now and how much it's improved the grocery shopping experience. I love it. Any other trends that we should be on the lookout for?
Well, the one thing, Jessica, that I'm really passionate about is us stopping to waste food in 2013. NRDC reports that we waste about 40% of all food here in the U.S. So we've got to look at expiration dates. We've got to plan out our meals better so that there's less waste. And that's a responsibility from every food brand, every food retailer, and every one of us at home. Because if we can stop wasting food, that means that prices will come down and there's more food to go around.
I couldn't agree more. It bothers me when I see food wasted, and I think people don't understand expiration dates, so I think that's a great point.
Well, and also with your site, with your blog, you've done a great job in helping people understanding expiration dates, so thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, and thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.